Welcome to the Grateful Tap podcast, where we are exploring healing, inspiration, and rock and roll with your hosts, Deanna Lyons and yours truly, Steph Dodds. Thank you for hanging out with us today.
Welcome to the party.
Welcome back to the Grateful Tap podcast. This is Steph and Deanna's here, and we are so excited to chat with you today. We just get to talking and we're just exploring here on this show, and it's really fun. And what's kind of cool is what we were talking about today is passion and how passion can be a part of self-care. And this is kind of our self-care series. We're in self-care beyond the bubble bath. Self-care is not just bubble baths or meditating on top of a mountain, right? It can be a lot more to it than that. We were talking about passion and potentially how following your passion or doing something that you're passionate about, or even making a little tiny bit of space in your calendar, in your day for a little bit of passion, that can be self-care too. And of course, I pulled some cards. So I'm going to share these cards with you, and then we're going to chat about it. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay, so I just pulled these cards from the Work Your Light Oracle cards. This is one of my favorite decks, but it's been on the back burner for me, so I just pulled it out again, and it is by Rebecca Campbell, and it's just so beautiful. I love it. And whenever I pull a card, I say, well, give us the highest and best message for today. Like, what's the best message? And we were just talking about passion, so it's pretty cool. Two cards came out. The first one is play.
Have
Play.
fun, celebrate, don't be so serious.
So I love that. And then the other one is the ever unfolding rose. Cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you.
Beautiful.
So what does that mean to you, Deanna?
Well, those go really well together. The first
Mhm.
one, I'm having a hard time seeing the image. It looks like she's hanging out in a martini glass or a margarita glass. Is that with
It
the
look,
sun beaming in on her?
yeah, it kind of looked like a glass of champagne to me. Like,
Yeah, she's kind of bubbling in there. Yeah, maybe
huh.
you're right. Yeah. And just not taking things so seriously and playing and having a good time and letting it unfold. And it was funny because when we were talking about passion, we said, oh, maybe we should look up and see what AI says. And I'm like, oh, we're going to probably get some, pornographic stuff coming in off of passion. And funny enough, it knew, probably because we both have used AI a little bit, it knew that we were really talking about what you're passionate about. And that doesn't mean that it can't include some romance and those sorts of things as well. It's all part of it. But uh, really, what are you passionate about? And I think when we tap into that, it becomes more playful. And the second card, say that again because I'm
The ever unfolding rose. Cracked
yeah.
open, it's happening for you, not to you.
Yeah, that ever unfolding rose, I think that's the other thing for me when I think about passion. That's what happens when you tune into something that you are really passionate about, it continues to unfold. Something that you really want to learn more about, or that you want to do more, or that you want to experience more or share with others. It has this unfoldment that is also playful. That's what I'm finding the older I get in life. I think when I was younger, I was so worried about controlling everything that I couldn't let it be playful, and I was afraid to let it unfold. And now I'm more excited to see what's going to happen, but also learning to trust my gut, learning to trust that gut feeling and that passion to me often kind of mean the same thing. And before I just didn't know what that meant. But for me, part of what's the unfolding is you just don't know all of what's going to come, but you're kind of excited to find out what it's going to be.
Hmm.
And so that's where it becomes easier to be playful and let it roll, see what's going to happen. But you plug in your energy and your desire uh, to whatever that might be. So I'm
Yeah.
kind of right now thinking about what happened with me when I started to learn tapping and then to learn, matrix reimprinting and then, before that was hypnotherapy. Like I had no idea when I started studying hypnotherapy that I was going to end up going down all these other roads, but it just became this passion that I couldn't and let it stop. And now I'm adding somatic experiencing and all the different somatic tools that come my way. And I'm like, I can't get enough of it because I really love the feelings that I get and that I see other people get. And so I want to do more, but I truly have no um, agenda. It's pretty playful, uh,
Mhm.
growing and learning more and following my passion. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it mean to you, Steph?
Well, I just think it's kind of fascinating to me. Like, where does passion come from? Like, where does it come from? Is it natural? Is it organic? Does it come from a higher place? And it's just fascinating to me. And I love that it can be play and it can be the ever unfolding rose. So I'm just going to speak to a couple things that you had just mentioned. Which one for me, my journey started with yoga and nutrition, then tapping and shamanism, and now I'm going to go to a Psych K training next week, and I'm so deeply drawn to it. Where
Mhm.
I don't know where that comes from. I just know that it's so cool. To me, it's cool. It's intriguing. I want to know more. I'm just like following this beam of light over to this place because I want to see. It's just like a genuine wanting to see what happens. So there's this like, where did this passion come from? Especially because I don't know a whole lot about it yet. I just know it's helped me and I know it's really groovy. In my opinion, it's like so groovy. So, and then also this relates to, we talk about music on this podcast too. I'm actually going to a concert tonight by myself, which I don't think I've gone to the movies by myself before. I've gone camping by myself. I'm pretty good on my own, but I don't think I've ever been to a concert by myself. And I'm going to go see the Violent Femmes. And give us a thumbs up if you like them, leave us a comment if I'm not the only Violent Femmes kind of nerd. But to me, I've been listening to them a lot. I've been preppy. I like getting in the zone. I've been doing cold plunges every day, and I like listen to them while I'm in there, and it kind of fires me up. I feel like it's building the fire from within, and it fires me up, and it's playful. I'm having fun. I'm not trying hard. I'm not needing to be a certain way. It is pure fun for me to listen to them. I bounce around in the kitchen. There's no rhyme or reason to it. And I've invited six friends to go, and nobody can go. And I'm like, this is my, I know I have to go. So, like, one point, this is like following your passion. So, the second card actually like resonates with me of like, it's happening for you, not to you. Like me going by myself, I'm not a victim. I am like, this is what a great opportunity for me to go and just bounce around and play. And like the passion for this music is, it meets action. Passion meets action. Like I need to get in the car and go and be there, and I'm usually in bed by 9 and the show starts at 8. So it's like a commitment to go. But there's nothing else bringing me there other than the playfulness and the passion. And this is not happening to me that nobody can go. Happen to be this night. It's just timing, it's not personal. But maybe this is perfectly happening for me to have this experience and follow my passion there.
Yeah, well, and don't you think that the passion is where you'll go ahead and spend the money? it's the spark. There's
Yeah.
like a spark inside passion that will say, you know what? Nobody else is going. I don't care. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my resources. I'm going to spend my time and I'm planning to go and have fun. I'm not anticipating the worst thing that could happen. Instead, I'm like ready for the adventure. And I think maybe that's where passion is also a great word because there's a spark. There's a spark of energy that gives you the desire to put your resources, emotional, physical, financial, whatever it might be, when you're looking at something you feel passionate about where, for somebody else. So like, when Steph invited me, I listened to it and at first I was like, I don't know, it's not my kind of music exactly. But because she wanted me to hear it, I thought I'm going to listen to this a little closer. And the words were just hilarious. Like I didn't turn off. I actually listened and enjoyed it. And I could tell that this is going to be a really, really fun show. But I don't have the same spark that you do
Mhm.
to push myself to go tonight because I was feeling kind of crappy this week and but I'm like I know just from having listened to it that I understand where your passion comes from and I'm excited to hear how the show goes because I think it's actually going to be a blast. I think you're going to have a lot of fun. People are going to be dancing. It's just going to be uh, a room filled with thousands of hearts and minds that feel passionate about that music too.
Yes, that feel that spark
Hmm.
too. And
Yeah,
that's what's beautiful about our own little beacon of direction with passion.
right.
And when you were talking, I was just made a note because how often we get fear of the unknown. But when you were describing that, like, I don't know what's going to happen. Passion, I wrote down, passion is the antidote to enjoying the unknown.
And not fearing it. Yeah, it's like, yeah,
It's like,
you
I'm up
know
for
you're
the
gonna have a good
adventure.
time.
Yeah, I'm up for the adventure for this training. I know nothing about. I'm up for the adventure of this concert. I've never seen them before, but so many times, I mean, let me know how you feel about this. But like with clients, the fear of the unknown just like is so can be so overwhelming and debilitating and like, but the trick is none of us know. But why don't we approach certain things in life with that same, it's like this huge, it's like too big, the unknown is too big. But when there's passion there, the unknown is like exciting and
Yeah,
it's totally the same. We don't know, but it's totally different.
it's totally different. Yeah. Well, I would guess from all of our studies that the difference with the fear, when fear isn't coupled with passion, or at least, well, I don't know, I don't want to get into semantics of the words, but there is a historical memory in the nervous system that says this could be dangerous.
Hmm.
And so then all the red flags come up where you've done a variety of different trainings, and every time, and so have I, we've learned even more than what we could have imagined. We've actually gotten more out of it, even though, you had to spend a lot of time, a lot of money, your bounty of, all these different things. And yet, and it hasn't been a straight line. Some classes are more interesting than others, or you spend a lot of money on one class and you're like, wow, that wasn't that good, but the other one was. So it wasn't enough to deter you, to keep going back, those sorts of things. And so I think that's where it becomes fear that holds us back. And of course, there's lots of ways that you can work through those fears, especially if you hang out with us.
Yeah, I mean, I just think about like, I don't know how many times I've asked clients of like, what if you tripped out on everything that could go right? And what if, oh my gosh, I'm spending all this time tripping out on what could go wrong? What if what if I just tried for like an hour to trip out on all the things that could go right instead.
Yeah.
Like if we're gonna trip out anyway,
Why not?
that fear is pretty
Yeah.
intense. But I mean, I lead a group for tapping for creativity. And so many times, like the people who show up love it. And they're carving out that space for something they're passionate about. Whether they're editing photos, whether they're writing their book, whether they're building their website. It's hard to carve out time for things we're passionate about. Passion, who's got time for that in this economy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
You got to be fixing all your problems instead.
yeah, right. So I feel like it is a dedication. I think it's a spiritual practice to create time and space for your passion. And I think it awards and dividends, but it's not
Yeah.
easy.
No, it's not easy. And yet it's like say the rewards are immeasurable, which is why I think you hear people say follow your passion. And sometimes you might know what it is and sometimes you might not. You might have to have some doing first before you become passionate about it. Because I certainly didn't know I was going to become passionate about all these things that I've been studying now for years. Yeah, that wasn't my plan. I was just looking for some stress relief because I was so stressed out. And then one thing led to another, and it became a passion. So that's where it's sort of hard. It's not a cookie cutter thing that you can, just write down and say follow your passion. But
Mhm.
on the other hand, I think for me, the more we talk about it, it's that spark. There's a spark. I mean, I felt like when I decided to do the SE training, it was just a spark. I was going to see Greta Van Fleet. I had tickets to go see them in uh, their home state of Michigan, and there was some unfortunate series of events, and they had to cancel those concerts. So I had time on my hands. It was a last minute cancellation, and now all of a sudden I had extra time, and I got this email and I looked at it, and I've been, exploring somatic experiencing for many years. And I felt like, I really don't want to, go down this road. And I thought, oh, what the heck? I'll apply and see what happens. And so it was playful. It's back to that first card. It was just this playful thing like, yeah, I got a little time on my hands. Let's just see what happens when I apply. And down the rabbit hole I've gone. And so happy that I did. But it was a spark, there was a spark and a playfulness that came with it. And then that unfoldment. I think those cards are just perfect.
And you were following your passion for Greta Van Fleet
I
that
was.
led you to
Hmm.
this.
Hmm.
So I think that when we follow our passions, no matter what, even if you're like, I need to go to the grocery store, I saw this recipe that ignited a spark in me, and I just gotta try to make it tonight, and I gotta go to the store. Like even those little sparks, they don't have to be like the biggest thing, life-changing thing, passion.
Right. Yeah,
It's could be a little passion, but following that led you.
it did. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Can you think of some other things, like say we've been talking about the trainings and the show. Is there anything else that comes to mind for you where you think back and you've followed a passion, maybe big or small, and how that's been?
Oh yeah. I feel that my life just works like that now. That so many things for some reason, maybe it's random, maybe not, it's popping into my head of I when I was in Sacramento, I was right next to this yoga studio and we like coordinated this wellness challenge. And it was just on a whim. It was just like, hey, I did this before and it was really fun and I was just really passionate about the like doing a challenge with them and they were open to it and we did it once and that was in 2015 and now they do it
Yeah,
every year.
no, they do
So
it
it
every
was
year.
just like a conversation having coffee with a friend that turned into this thing and when somebody goes through it, they take a picture with the owner and it's like a thing now for over
Mhm.
10 years. So I feel like just little passions. I mean, that's the only thing that came to my mind. But like, I feel like that is the synchronicity of life.
Yeah. Well, funny enough, as you were saying that, I'm thinking this podcast
Yeah.
was a spark and a passion that just
Yeah.
came from us talking and saying, "Hey, why don't we start to share with other people?" Yeah,
hmm
yeah,
Yeah. Even dancing 2 minutes a day is a part of my practice now, and that happened during tapping and writing, and now it's on the app of like daily tasks, dance for 2 minutes a day. Like I never thought that would be a thing in my life, but it is.
but now it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
and now it's just part of it. Well, speaking of tapping, go ahead. You're going to say something.
Well, I was just gonna say, speaking of tapping, like how do we tap using tapping to give ourselves a time and space, permission, perhaps, to do our passion?
Right.
Like, is it resistance? I love to paint, but haven't done it. Or, like what is that thing that's like stress? I think it's hard to be in playfulness and stress at the same time.
It
So you
is.
can use tapping to lower stress or lower your resistance too, even though I don't want to go by myself. You
Well, should we
what I
should
mean?
we do that right now?
Or just any kind of, I mean, I'm going. I don't have too much resistance with that right now, but
Yeah.
yeah. Or
Well, let's just do
anybody who,
kind of a little general, maybe just a
yeah,
general little tap around that,
okay.
meaning that it might be fear, it might be resistance, it could be a lot of different things. Um, but so I guess I'll kind of get it started and then
Yeah,
I'll let you take over. How's that go?
good.
Okay, let's go ahead and start. So with the side of the hand. So even though
Even though
I like the idea of following my passion,
I love the idea of following my passion.
sometimes I know what it is,
Sometimes I know what it is.
sometimes I don't.
Sometimes I don't.
But I'm open to the possibility
I'm open to the possibility.
that I could tune into what I feel passionate about more and more
Yeah, I can tune into that like inner spark
and allow that to guide me more and more.
and allow that to guide me.
Let's go ahead and go to the top of it. It sounds great to follow that inner spark.
It sounds great to follow that inner spark.
And I've had experiences where it's worked,
And I've had experiences where it's worked.
but there's also been times that I've been scared.
There's also been times that I've been scared.
There's been a lot of fear.
There's been a lot of fear,
There's been a lot of resistance,
lots of resistance,
procrastination.
procrastination.
Is this a passion or is it going to go bad?
Yeah. Is this a passion or is it going to go back?
How do I know it's a passion?
How do I know it's a passion?
How can I be assured that it's going to be a passionate, good thing?
Yeah. I'd love some certainty that it'd be a
Yeah.
passionate good thing.
Because if I had some certainty, then certainly I would just follow through.
Yeah. If I had some certainty, I would follow through.
But sometimes it feels too scary.
Sometimes it feels too scary.
And I love that I want to live a better life
I love that I want to live a better life
and follow my passion more and more.
and follow my inner passion.
So, what if I made a small commitment to myself?
What if I made it to myself?
Whenever I feel a little resistance,
Whenever I feel a little or a lot of resistance,
yeah, whenever I feel that fear,
whenever I feel that fear,
I'll try something like this tapping
I'll try something like
to see if I can uncover what's creating that resistance.
see if I can uncover what's creating
So I can either move forward
so I can either move forward
or choose something different.
or choose something.
Yeah. Where would you like to go with it now, Steph?
Well, I'm just one of my clients has popped into my head and I'm thinking about her because she was just talking about not even being kind of so overloaded with life of not even feeling that spark. So I think maybe a little bit of tapping of like, even though life can be so demanding,
Even though life can be so demanding,
and feeling the weight of all the responsibilities.
feeling the weight of all the responsibilities,
Yeah, I'd like to just like put down whatever heaviness I can today
I'd like to put down whatever heaviness.
and tune into a little bit of playfulness and passion, even even for a little bit.
And tune into a little bit of playfulness and passion, even if it's just a little tiny bit.
Even if it's dancing for 2 minutes.
Even if it's dancing for 2 minutes or even 20 seconds to get started.
Yeah, I want to live this precious life as best.
I want to live this precious.
I want to enjoy as many passion, playful sessions as possible.
I want to enjoy as many playful passion sessions.
Yeah, so even if adulting feels heavy sometimes.
So even if adulting feels heavy sometimes, and a lot of times lately.
Yeah, I'd love to just, add a little bit of play and joy and passion where I can, little micro movements of passion.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to just add even these little micro movements of play and passion where and it
Yeah.
feels
Even if I have to hide from my kids and go in the bathroom and dance for 2 minutes.
yeah, even if I have to hide from my kids or hide from my partner or my workmates.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe I will do that today and dance to my favorite song in the
yeah.
bathroom for a couple minutes.
And maybe I'll just dance in the bathroom to my favorite song for a couple minutes.
Even though I sometimes forget with all the responsibilities of life.
Even though I forget with all the responsibilities.
Yeah, give myself permission to have these pockets of joy.
I give myself permission to have these little tiny pockets of joy of the day.
And remember the essence of my playful self.
And remember the essence.
And embrace the unknown with some passion antidote.
Yeah, and embrace the unknown with a little passion and it
And
might
so,
not fix everything, but a little bit goes a long way.
and so
So it is.
yeah.
Good stuff.
That was good. And I think that's important to remember. It's just as we're, navigating through life, that it doesn't have to be a big grand thing of, oh, I'm so passionate, I'm gonna climb Mount Everest. It can be, I'm gonna make my grandkids pancakes and that's gets me going for the day, and I can be in follow that joy, follow that bliss, even if it's just a couple moments. Like it doesn't be that thing. So, where does
Yeah.
that come from? I think that comes from love.
Oh, yeah, that was good. I
Yeah.
love that. Yeah.
Yeah. Our desires are in us for a reason, our passions are in us for a reason. So, I would encourage our listeners today after this talk about passion and play and the ever unfolding rows of if I were to give you a homework assignment, you could always throw it out the window. But if you wanted one for this, I would say do something, even if it's for 2 minutes today, that would bring something that your heart wants to do.
Just something simple. It can be really simple. Thanks, Steph.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks to our listeners, and we look forward to being with you again soon. Ready to start your own life-changing journey with EFT? Connect with Steph and I. We're going to be co-teaching EFT Level 1 and Level 2 workshop this year. It's a great opportunity to gain foundational skills and transform your life and the lives of others. Check out the links below where you can learn more about the workshop coming up in August of 2026, where you can also secure your spot. And then also, if you'd like to follow us, and check out the links to our social media, and like, subscribe, and share this episode, and let others spread the word for the Grateful Tap. Thanks so much. We look forward to seeing you next time.